245.
Very much.
Hashtag Dating Sunday at Therapy Jeff. Hashtag VerseTV 245B.
Happy Dating Sunday, everyone, named for the first Sunday of the new year and traditionally the busiest day for dating apps. In honor of this holy day, I want to extend a big fuck you to Hinge. Let's be honest, dating apps in general are chaotic evil. They're owned by some truly sus corporations and designed by a bunch of engineers incentivized to keep you from ever deleting them. Even while their deceitful marketing, specifically Hinge's campaign, designed to be deleted, hype the opposite. Every single app has been optimized with the singular goal of making investors as much money as possible off your romantic heart and horny genitals. Most of the main dating apps are owned by the same parent company, Match Group. Wow, clever name. They started Match.com, obviously, and then systematically gobbled up the competition until they dominated the space. They own Hinge, Tinder, OkCupid, Plenty of Fish, Our Time, and more than 45 other dating companies. What the fuck? The fat cats in big dating do not care if you find love. In fact, it's better for their bottom line if you don't. But we all know this, right? All dating apps are garbage created by tech bros. But the thing I can't stand about Hinge specifically is how they lock away all your best matches behind a paywall that's being called Rose Jail. Let me explain. So Hinge's fancy algorithm flaunts the most compatible matches right in front of you, but you can't reach out and say hello. No, you've got to use your precious weekly rose, or even better, open your wallet and buy more. Let's talk about these roses, shall we? A single free rose a week. That's Hinge's idea of generosity. It's like we're getting breadcrumbed by a dating app. Utterly absurd. They're artificially limiting something that should be unlimited in the first place, the ability to simply express interest in someone who might be a great date. Craving more chances at love? Well, you've got to pay for those additional roses. Moreover, and perhaps even more infuriating, if Hinge labels you as a hot catch, your profile gets locked away in Rose Jail, which means for a lot of folks, the only way they can message you is by purchasing one of those precious roses that nobody wants to waste. I get it. All dating apps are out to make a profit, but there's something particularly grating about the way Hinge does it. And sure, I don't have to use the apps and I could just approach someone at a bar or a bookstore or my local rock climbing gym. But what is this, 2007? That is not happening. So tell me, which dating app do you think is the least exploitative? Drop your thoughts in the comments because I believe we can all do so much better than Hinge. Happy Dating Sunday.
I will give a shout out to Jacked because I think Jacked is doing the right thing. Now, in reference to all of that, which he just said, stuff like this and stuff like the restaurants getting their own profiles to not catfish, but to stand somebody up for a date at their restaurant in the hopes that they'll spend money at their restaurant, which is trash. Trash like that, I feel it runs the risk of making people eventually give up on online dating. And not only that, but eventually a fear potentially give up on romantic love altogether, because we'll get so accustomed to online dating being the way. And then as online dating gets greedier and greedier, it's like more opportunity to make money, strike while the iron's hot, always, and takes advantage of more and more people. People can eventually just get jaded and be like, dating, I think that's something like my mom used to do or something my mom and dad did, but I don't need it. I'm good. Thanks. I don't need to procreate or anything like that. And I don't think that is so far from impossible, because I don't think people should think like, oh, that's impossible. That's never going to happen. Because a number of generations ago, wasn't the average birthing age 13 for people to start their families? Yeah. So generations can adjust over time. And that might be how things adjust with us. We just get so greedy. So, not we just get so greedy, but the companies get so greedy, Blockbuster Video, that they make themselves implode and everybody just gives up on love. And it's like, I don't need it. I've got this degree to get, and or these degrees, so I'm good. Thanks. Some people might think that way. I think some, and maybe it'll be a precious few who are procreators, but there might be people who think to the contrary because yeah. And I did say it's bittersweet to see the companies crumble. It's sweet because it's like you are users and abusers and taking advantage of people. So darn right out with last month's socks. I don't know. However long people keep socks. I'm sorry, but yes, it's like it's bitter though, because at the end of the day, there are people who depend on the job, that job, those jobs, Blockbuster Video, for their livelihood. So, yeah, seeing them crumble, it's like, that's what you deserve. But then when you think about the actual people who are now in a place where they have to struggle because their job went away, that's bitter. And dare I say that bitterness out over outshines the sweetness of seeing them crumble because I care about people, okay?